Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Noelle and I do unboxings, mostly lifestyle subscription boxes, but also some stationery, books, beauty, jewelry, travel, home decor, even a dash of Disney. So if you enjoy unboxings, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the notification bell so that you find out whenever I post new videos, announce giveaways, or go live. As always, if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being here and welcome back. Starting September 1st, I will be announcing some giveaways in celebration of my first 2 years here on YouTube, so definitely be on the lookout for that. Today though, I have a box that I should have shared with you a couple of months ago, but I have been a bit behind on my reading, and that is Once Upon a Book Club. This is actually the April adult selection. That's how behind I am. The adult selection always comes in this pink box. They also have a young adult selection every month that comes in a green box, in addition to all of the limited edition, one-time, and holiday boxes that they do. I have opened several of those here on the channel as well. I did order and receive the Bridgerton box, but I don't have any idea when I will get around to reading all 3 of those books so that I can review the box all together, but I will get to it eventually once I get caught up on this subscription and a couple others. So there have been some changes over at Once Upon a Book Club since my last review. For one, they're not labeling the boxes by month anymore. I think that is in part because it was a little confusing because they always ship towards the end of the month. So for example, you might not receive the April box until the first couple of weeks of May. They were also experiencing some shipping delays, which is something that's happening with subscription boxes around the world, I think, but they do seem to have caught up. So now instead of labeling it by month, they're labeling it by the hint, because they don't actually tell you what the book is. They just kind of give you a lengthy hint at what it is. A lot of times you can kind of suss it out and figure it out, but that is how I will be labeling my videos, just in case you want to keep it a surprise. I know some of people like to watch these videos to see what the gifts actually are, to decide if they want to buy past boxes from the shop. So that is also an option as well. They've also gone through a little price increase. So it used to be $34.99 plus $10 in shipping, but now it is $49.99 per month, but that does include the shipping. So really it's only a $5 increase. I saw a lot of people were like really upset about that, but I feel like that's very fair in the world of subscription boxes for them to increase the price. What's really cool about this subscription, if you are not familiar with it, is that they really try to bring the pages of every book to life by including gifts that are lifted from the pages of the novel, often ones that they've actually had custom made for the book, which I think is really cool and a very, very fun experience. So it's also really run like a book club where everyone gets the same book. So sometimes it might not be a genre that you really like, and that is why it is important to make sure that you look and see what the hint is for the upcoming month so that you can skip it if you want to. But because everyone gets the same one, you can actually enjoy some discussion with fellow readers, fellow subscribers. They have discussion questions. They often interview the author. They even have like read-along dates, but as you guys can tell, I am so far behind. I don't usually participate in that stuff. Every once in a while, I will get involved in some of the discussion in their Facebook group though, for sure. So it has now been long enough. I feel like I can tell you what the book is. It is Meet Me in Paradise by Libby Hubsher, and it was a very sweet romantic novel, not my usual kind of read, but perfect honestly for the summer. So even though I didn't get around to it until the summer months, it made a great beach read because of the location. So let me just go ahead and get into it, because they always include a nice little bookmark and a quote card. This is one of the things that people really love. So the quote from the book this time is, "Everything great is on the other side of fear." Now I did think it was funny that the image they included was this really sandy, beautiful beach, because the island that they travel to in this book is kind of known for not really having sandy beaches. They're much like rockier, but that's okay. Now on the back, what's also cool is they have a nice little author's note, which I think is a nice addition that's been in the last few boxes. It says, "Dear reader, I am thrilled that Meet Me in Paradise is this month's Once Upon a Book Club adult selection. This book tells the story of anxious older sister Marin's quest to find herself when her younger sister Sadie stands her up for their planned vacation on the tropical island of Saba." Now this is another thing that bothered me like the entire time. So her name is Marin, M-A-R-I-N, but I didn't know if it was pronounced Marin, and I went with Marin because I thought it was appropriate because it kind of sounds like the sea, right, with mare versus like marin or marin, which I feel like kind of emphasizes that like blemish root word. So I went with Marin because I also have a friend named Marin, so it was just way easier for me. But you guys let me know in the comments below how you pronounced it in your mind, because I know a lot of us will probably have different ideas on that. Says way outside her comfort zone with no backup plan, Marin starts experiencing all the island and life has to offer with her hotelier host, Lucas Tsai, by her side. The crystal clear tropical waters, sun-drenched mountain views, and deep, authentic conversations with Lucas fill her with wonder and self. These moments awaken her curiosity, passion, and ultimately her bravery, something she'll need when she discovers the devastating truth about why Sadie sent her to paradise in the first place. I've always adored love stories, and the idea of finding one's soulmate in the most unexpected place is particularly alluring. There's something about that moment of truly seeing another person and recognizing that they're the one you've been waiting for. It never fails to fill my heart to the brim. While this book is a romance with a happy ending, I promise, it is also a moving story of loss, sacrifices made for family, and the sometimes complicated love between sisters. In the book, as in life, joy and sorrow are woven together. The idea for Meet Me in Paradise came to me when I was facing a serious health challenge that left me longing to explore the idea of what living really is, the choices we make, the risks we take, the people we treasure, and what we're missing when we allow our fear to hold us back. When I was ill, I spent several weeks escaping my harsh reality by watching Taiwanese dramas full of intense emotion, comedy, and sweep you off your feet romance. In part, I wrote the book as a love letter to the artists that created the shows that were my respite. Ultimately, I wanted to highlight the kind of magic and fulfillment that results from opening our minds and hearts to new experiences, destinations, cultures, and people. My sincerest hope is that Marin's story inspires you to heed the voice inside you, the one that calls for you to take a chance for your own happiness, tells you you might be braver than you believe, and urges you to enjoy the wonderful world we live in. Thank you for reading. I hope you find your paradise wherever that may be. So I love hearing sort of the intention and the inspiration behind it. It kind of made the book seem a little bit more meaningful than the very like light-hearted, sometimes comical romance that it was. It definitely felt like it could be a romantic comedy movie. I'm always like playing that game of who I would cast in the leading roles. I'm not totally sure who I would cast as the main protagonist, our heroine Marin, but I definitely could see Lucas Tsai being played by Henry Golding, right? This very like dashing, like Asian man who like owns this hotel and has all of these family responsibilities, but like is so charming and just gives her that beautiful smile that sort of like catches her off guard and makes her like sort of lose all of her reserve. So it was definitely, it could be a very, very cute movie, but in that way, it was also some of the stuff seemed very unbelievable, and that's why it took me a few times to really get into it. Once I got like halfway through it, I like finished it in a day, but like in the very beginning, you know, of course there's this great like meet cute, and you can already tell that this is going to be the love interest, so it's kind of like, why are we beating around the bush about her like feeling like, oh, he's this arrogant jerk, even though we know that's the one she's going to fall in love with. And then, you know, he can like drive a yacht all by himself in a storm, and he can fly a plane, and I'm just like, it was almost like too much, you know, to be like realistic. So anyway, but it was cute. So I am going to be reading the passages that are marked with notes that correspond to gifts in this review. So just in case this is your last chance to put pause on, but if you're really just looking at what the gifts are and deciding if you want to get it, this is what it looks like when you get to one of the pages and it just says open your gift, and I will go ahead and open up the box. So now they have what they call the book club kit as well, which is like this big, you know, 4-page pamphlet basically. It does have, like I said, a little discussion with the author as well as some discussion questions, read-along dates. I think the read-along dates were like May 3rd. And then on the back it says choose your own project paradise. So part of it is the sister Sadie trying to get her sister Marin to be a little bit more adventurous. So she comes up with this hashtag for her to prove that she's having a good time on the island, right? It's those vacation pics that we all want to take to show like that we climbed the highest mountain and we went ziplining and we went scuba diving. So she has her doing it. So it says choose one item from each group and fill in the respective blank in the story on the next page. Oh, so that's kind of fun. So you can kind of do like a Mad Libs version. I think that's kind of neat. All right, and so like it has different destinations and different activities, so you can make your own. That's actually really cute. I just saw that. So one of the really cool things that Once Upon a Book Club does, where I actually think they could probably save some money if they did put so much effort into it, but I do appreciate it, is the packaging, because the packaging is always really beautiful. I actually sort of wish that they didn't print the page numbers on the boxes. It's fine when it's wrapped, but because sometimes I like to regift some of the beautiful items inside, and it's sort of weird to regift it in a box that has a page number, because then I feel like people are understanding that it's coming from a book subscription box, but also like, where are the rest of the pages? Where's the book? This is a fun thing to re-gift to someone though, so I do try to kind of open things up nicely. All right, so our first gift this time around was on page 110. That's kind of late in a 300 and something page book. A lot of the times we get one in like the first like 50 pages, which is kind of nice in terms of like kind of helping you get into the book. So she is scuba diving for the first time, and she like does an amazing job. She doesn't even like take a certification class. It says, I could feel the history of the island bubbling up as liquid rock from the ocean. Around us, spires emerged from the ocean floor. We skirted along the bottom, finding sponges and more fish, a squid, patches of coral, even something Lucas wrote was a flamingo-tongued snail. He has a little like whiteboard, a dive board. The bottom was littered with shells. Lucas produced a mesh bag and we put some interesting ones into it. So they found like an unbroken conch. Eventually she actually finds like an oyster with a pearl, and that becomes meaningful. So we're gonna go ahead and open up our gift. So let me just turn the book down. So this is for an example. So it's this really cute little like bag, but it says really big, page 22, and then they put a little sticker that says, oops, books-a-daisy. We actually meant page 110. So anyway, kind of goofy, right? So not surprising, it is a nice little mesh produce bag, which for whatever reason I can't get out. So then you can see they've even labeled it for Meet Me in Paradise. I like that it's this natural color. I have a lot of these different mesh produce bags from different boxes, but it's a nice useful item. It's not like a dive bag, which, you know, sometimes I feel like they can be a little too literal with the gifts, and then sometimes I feel like they're not literal enough. So this was like a happy in between where it's something that I can actually use, as well as there was a mesh bag in the book. All right, the next one we're going to get to was not too far away. It was on page 156. So now one of her other adventures that she goes on is she is going to sing Sabaoke, which is Saba karaoke. So it says, do you have Dancing Queen? The DJ scoffed. Of course, I have everything ABBA ever wrote. Classic choice. He handed me the microphone. Knock 'em dead. I blew out a long breath as I stepped onto the stage, clutching the microphone. So I was like, all right, I guess we're getting a microphone, but first, you guys, look how cute this packaging is. I love this wrapping paper. That is adorable, and it says page 156. So I can just imagine them busily wrapping all of these boxes, and again, I just feel like that takes so much time, and I really appreciate it. So the fact that you get all of that care and attention from the Once Upon a Book Club team in every box, I think is really impressive. So we did indeed get a microphone. So I opened it up and it comes in this box, which then you kind of slide this open. So I have to read the instructions because most of them were like in Chinese, but there was some English instructions. But it's kind of interesting to me. So it tells us it could have come in many colors, but it has, it's basically, you connect it with a Bluetooth device so you can sing. And I think there is the mic volume, so it will sort of work as a microphone, but then you can also like link it so that you can actually sing karaoke and have background music. But then it also says like previous selfie and next selfie, because I think you can connect it again to your phone, so you can use it as like a clicker to take photos. So it can actually just be your remote to take photos. It doesn't have to be a microphone. So I was like, how do you take a selfie? It's not a camera. And then I realized it's just because you link it to your phone. So our microphone, you guys, came in rose gold, which is really, this isn't rose gold, this is like pink. It's like metallic pink. It's pretty intense though. You can see there is a big speaker here. I feel like this almost looks like the antenna tower on like a fancy building. And then there's all kinds of buttons. I did turn it on. There's batteries in there already. I'm assuming there's probably a charger in here in the bottom, but it's very loud. So you can hear the gal say Bluetooth on. So it definitely will link, and I think it's kind of cool. And yeah, there is a USB cord in the bottom, but it is very blingy. So I could see this being fun to take on vacation. I could see kids absolutely loving this. Be great for a girls trip, which is kind of one of the themes of the box. So I thought that was fun. I don't know like how great the quality of it is. You know, it's basically kind of plastic, a little rattly, but that was a fun thing to include. And again, very much appropriate for that section of the book. So then towards the end, we have two more. So there's usually like 3 to 5 gifts. I'm usually really excited when there's 4 or more. So I'm trying to find the last couple, you guys. Where is it? So the next one I believe was on page 245. That's the nice thing about having it printed on the sheets, as I get a little sheet. So when it's at the bottom of the page, they do like this little tiny sticky note. So this one says, "Huh?" said Sadie. "Did you guys smoke the rest of my weed while I was napping?" Felix's gaze settled on the coconut water. It was perfectly normal. The little carton, the straw. Oh my God, the ring around the straw. There was a ring around the straw. Sadie must have seen it then too, because she gasped. She looked at Felix. Yay! So I was like, oh cool, we're gonna get like a ring. That's so exciting. And then I went to go to the box and I was like, oh, this is a really weird shaped box for a ring. And I was like, oh, I'm like, and it's not coconut water either, but how pretty is the box? But this is an example of where I'm like, I wish they didn't print the page number on the box, because then I would reuse the box or re-gift the box. So inside, you guys, we got all kinds of stuff. So there was some shred. We got, yes, this is pretty cute, you guys. We got this really neat reusable straw. There's a little tag on it that says coconut water, which I'll go ahead and pull off now. And then we did indeed get a ring. It is in rose gold. Isn't that pretty? I actually thought that was really pretty, like costume jewelry. So I think it's like a size 7 because it fits me pretty good. I'll definitely take some photos for you guys over on Instagram. I thought that was actually really, really cute. And then it's one of these really cool straws, you guys. So you actually can bend it like this. And also in there was this nice little carrying case for your straw. So it opens up like this. It's actually got a magnetic closure, and then you can put the straw in there. Let's see if I can actually kind of fold it up in quads. So it goes inside, and then even here there is like a little bendy cleaning rod that you can put like a little cloth on to clean the straw. You just like kind of pull it through a couple of times with like a little cloth or a paper towel or something. So that is all included, and this all like closes just like that. Again, pink, that's okay. But I thought that was pretty awesome that we got a nice straw, reusable straw with a carrying case, with a cleaner, and a fun little fashion ring. So I thought this was a pretty good box, honestly. And then finally, there's still one more gift, and that is on page, almost at the very end, 325. It says, so this is Lucas speaking, the love interest, of course. He held his fist up in front of me and opened it. There in his palm was a perfect pearl, white and lustrous like bridal silk, but it was set in the middle of a simple golden disc hanging from a delicate chain. I picked it up between my fingers. Is this what I think it is? So, like I said before, she did find a pearl, and she left it behind when she went off to like find herself. And of course, the hotelier also had these artistic dreams of becoming a jewelry designer. So of course he took the pearl and decided to make it his first jewelry design and set it for her. So here is our beautiful pearl necklace, is what I'm assuming, in page 325's book box, and this is what it looks like. And I actually think this is very, very pretty, you guys. So it says it's the Marin Cole collection. There's a little quote that says, "Is this what I think it is?" It's on a gold chain, and it's not just a simple gold disc. It's actually like a little scallop, a little oyster shell, if you can see that detail. So again, some fun fashion jewelry. I actually thought this was really pretty, and you guys know I love my kind of beachy themes. So I thought that was really sweet. I would definitely wear that because you guys know I also really like my gold jewelry. So between the ring and the necklace, I thought we got a couple fun fashion jewelry pieces. The mesh bag, super useful. The microphone, kind of fun and playful. I'm not sure that I will actually use that, but I might pass it on to my nieces. And I thought the reusable straw was really cute as well. So you guys let me know what you thought about it. I was actually kind of I was actually swayed by the quality of the gifts this time around and how well they went with the book, even though I thought the book was cute, but not necessarily like my usual like kind of pick. But I did have a fun time reading it, and I'm very much looking forward to catching up and getting through the next few months. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all very, very soon in my next unboxing.